Choosing where to stay is one of the biggest decisions you'll make when planning a trip, and it can have a huge impact on your budget. Today, we're going to break down 3 of the most popular accommodation options: house sitting, hostels, and hotels. We'll compare the costs, the pros, and the cons of each, so you can decide which one is right for you and your travel style. So, if you've ever wondered which accommodation option truly saves you the most money, you're in the right place. Let's start with hotels. Hotels are the most traditional accommodation option, and they offer a certain level of comfort and convenience that many travelers appreciate. You get a private room, a clean bed, and a hot shower. Many hotels also offer amenities like a swimming pool, a gym, and a restaurant, but all of that comes at a price. Hotels are generally the most expensive accommodation option, with prices ranging from £50 a night for a budget hotel to hundreds or even thousands of pounds for a luxury hotel. I've stayed in my fair share of hotels, and while they can be a nice treat, they're not always the most budget-friendly option. It's also worth noting the variety within hotels. You have your large international chains which offer a consistent, predictable experience. Then you have smaller, independent boutique hotels, which often have more character. I once stayed in a family-run hotel in a small Italian town where the owner brought out fresh pastries his wife had baked each morning. It's these little things that make a hotel stay special, but even these can be pricey. One of the biggest pros of hotels is the convenience. You don't have to worry about cleaning or making your bed, and there's always someone at the front desk to help you with any questions or problems you might have. Hotels are also a good option if you're traveling for business or if you're looking for a romantic getaway. However, the biggest con of hotels is the cost. They can quickly eat up a large portion of your travel budget, leaving you with less money for activities, food, and other experiences. Another con is that hotels can be quite impersonal. You're often surrounded by other tourists, and you don't get a real sense of the local culture. Next up, let's talk about hostels. Hostels have a reputation for being cheap and cheerful, and for the most part, that's true. They're a great option for budget travelers, backpackers, and anyone who's looking to meet other people. The most common type of accommodation in a hostel is a dorm room, where you share a room with several other people. This is the cheapest option, with prices ranging from £10 to £30 a night. Many hostels also offer private rooms, which are a bit more expensive, but still cheaper than a hotel room. I've stayed in countless hostels over the years, and I've had some amazing experiences. I've met people from all over the world, cooked communal meals in the hostel kitchen, and gone on adventures with my new friends. Hostels are a fantastic way to socialize and make new friends, especially if you're traveling solo. They're also incredibly budget-friendly, which means you can travel for longer. However, hostels aren't for everyone. If you're a light sleeper, you might have trouble with the noise in a dorm room. And if you value your privacy, you might not be comfortable sharing a room with strangers. Another con is that the quality of hostels can vary dramatically. I have stayed in some amazing hostels that were clean, modern, and well run, but I've also stayed in some that were dirty and unpleasant. That's why reading recent reviews is so crucial. Look for comments about cleanliness, security, and atmosphere. Many hostels now offer female-only dorms, and some even have pod-style beds with a curtain for extra privacy. I remember a pod hostel in Japan. It felt like a tiny private room for the price of a dorm bed with its own light and power outlet. It was the perfect balance of budget and privacy. Finally, let's talk about house sitting. House sitting is a game changer for budget travelers. It's a way to get free accommodation in exchange for taking care of someone's home and pets while they're away. I've already talked about this in a previous video, but it's worth mentioning again because it's such an incredible way to save money. The only cost involved is the yearly membership fee for a house-sitting website, which is usually around £100. After that, your accommodation is completely free. The biggest pro of house-sitting is, of course, the cost. You can save hundreds or even thousands of pounds on accommodation, which means you can travel for much longer. Another pro is that you get to live like a local. You have a whole house to yourself with a kitchen, a living room, and often a garden or a pool. You can cook your own meals, do your laundry, and really settle into a place. It's a much more comfortable and authentic way to travel. The biggest con of house sitting is that it's not as flexible as other accommodation options. You have to commit to a certain period of time, and you have to be responsible for someone's home and pets. It's not a good option if you're looking for a spontaneous, last-minute trip. It's also important to remember that house sitting is a job. Homeowners are trusting you with their pets and their home. This means you need to be reliable and communicative. Creating a detailed profile with photos, references, and a police check can significantly increase your chances of landing a great house sit, as it shows homeowners you're a trustworthy person. So, which one saves you the most money? The answer is clear: house sitting. It's the only option that offers completely free accommodation. However, it's not always the most practical option. If you're only going on a short trip, or if you don't want the responsibility of looking after someone's home and pets, then a hostel is the next best thing. Hostels are incredibly budget-friendly, and they're a great way to meet other travelers. Hotels are the most expensive option, but they're a good choice if you're looking for comfort, convenience, and privacy. Ultimately, the best accommodation option for you depends on your travel style, your budget, and your priorities. If you're a solo traveler on a tight budget who wants to meet other people, a hostel is a great choice. If you're a couple or a family who wants to save money and live like a local, house sitting is the way to go. And if you're looking for a comfortable and convenient place to stay for a short trip, a hotel might be the best option. I encourage you to try all three options and see which one you like best. I've had amazing experiences in all three, and I think they all have their place in the world of travel. The key is to be open-minded and to choose the option that's right for you and your trip. When choosing between these accommodation types, consider your travel style, your budget, and what's most important to you. If you value social interaction and don't mind sharing spaces, hostels are a great option. If you want privacy and a more local experience, house sitting is better. If you're looking for comfort and convenience, hotels are the way to go. The key is to find what works best for you and your travel goals. Don't be afraid to mix and match either. I encourage you to try all three options and see which one you like best. I've had amazing experiences in all three, and I think they all have their place in the world of travel. I hope this video has helped you understand the differences between house sitting, hostels, and hotels. Which accommodation option is your favorite? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Travel with Mila for more budget travel tips and advice. Until next time, happy travels. Travel is about the journey, not just the destination.